Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 1986 film Iron Eagle, starring Luke Gossett Jr. Of course, this film is kind of like a poor man's Top Gun. And I want to get into more comparisons with Top Gun because Iron Eagle came on this. Iron Eagle and Top Gun both came on the same year. And of course, it's my favorite year, as you can tell from all the past behind me, 1986. But Top Gun got all the praise and was one of the big box office hit for the summer of '86. And Iron Eagle is the poor man's version of Top Gun, and of course, and also Iron Eagle's got like really a lousy rating from Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know why. I can understand the reasoning, but I don't think it was all that bad a movie to get such a lousy rating from Rotten Tomatoes. I don't judge my videos on Rotten Tomatoes, but them, yeah. Well, Iron Eagle is the plot of the film is that there was one guy who was a colonel in the United States Air Force on a training mission, and they're flying through the air over international airspace, and he gets shot down by a foreign country, or an Arabic country. And that's where one of the main comparisons of Top Gun comes from, is because you don't know who the hell the enemy exactly is. And same thing like Top Gun. The big battle scene at the end of the film, when they're performing a rescue mission, or a Navy ship's been disabled at the end of Top Gun. So Maverick and Iceman and Hollywood and all that stuff, and Wolfman, all those guys go in to rescue to provide air support, and they get attacked by a foreign country. You don't know who the enemy was. It's implied it was the Russians in Top Gun. Here, it's implied an Arabic country. It doesn't say which Arabic country it is. Doesn't tell you which one it is. It just says, oh, it's a Middle Eastern country, or an Arabic country. It doesn't say if it's Iraq, if it's Iran, if it's Libya, if it's Egypt, one of these other foreign countries. It didn't tell you. It's Arabic because you could tell by the uniforms, you could tell by the accent, you could tell the Arabic, or an Arabic nation, but don't tell you crap. And so when they shut down this pilot, and they capture him and they sentence him to death. Well, that's going on. You have his son, who the only way he'll be successful as a pilot if he actually puts on headphones, plays music, and that's how he concentrates. But listening to the music, the rhythm of the songs that he plays on his radio, his Walkman, and that's how he concentrates on flying. But actually, the Navy disapproves of that, so he has to fly without it, and he can't get into the Air Force, and he finds out that his father got captured, as I just mentioned, so he decides to try and get help from the Air Force and the United States government to go in and rescue his father, and they won't do it because they want to set off like World War III. They want to set a war for one person. Instead of a rescue mission, and possibly lead us to a war with this country over one guy. So he gets help by on the son of the captured Air Force colonel, from Luke Gossett Jr., who was also a colonel, but he's in the Air Force Reserves because he served his time in the military. Now he's just in the reserves, and he talks to the guy, or the son talks to Luke Gossett's character, and his name is Chappie. Talks to him and convinces him to help him out to rescue his father, because the U.S. government's doing shit. Excuse my language, but kids are watching this thing, and so they're not going to do a damn thing to rescue his father. So he says, "Okay, I'll help you." And he has like a junior Air Force recruits, and one of them happens to be Robbie Rist. Probably that's the reason why you give a lousy review of Rotten Tomatoes. Is in fact Robbie Rist. For those of you who don't know who he is, he was the actor, or the young actor at the time, who played the infamous cousin Oliver in the Brady Bunch television series. So it's like the Robbie Rist curse, or something like that. Anyway, he has a little group of friends who's like the junior Air Force cadet, and they call themselves the Iron Eagles. That's where the name of the movie comes from. And they figured out a plan to go in the flight there, get two F-16 fighters, just two, the two of them go in there and attack and get the kid's father out. Well, so and then when it comes in, you have to like stretch your disbelief here, because there's no way that this kid is going to steal an F-16 fighter without getting arrested or facing a federal charges and all that stuff, which he should have. If this movie is any kind of based in reality, this kid will be in prison for the rest of his life for stealing an F-16 pilot. And the same thing with Lou Gossard's character. Even though he mentioned earlier that he was in the Air Force Reserves and he served in the Air Force, both of them should have been in jail. This movie is any kind of set in any kind of reality. But since it's a movie and so it's not exaggerated, they were able to requisition two F-16 planes and fly all the way over to rescue the father. Which they of course, major spoiler, okay, those of you who haven't seen the original Iron Eagle film, they do accomplish that. But meanwhile, Lou Gossard's character, he gets shut down because he's in one plane and the kid's is in the other plane. And Lou Gossard gets shot down, but he gets rescued. But fortunately, you don't see him get rescued though. He just gets shut down, so of course it's implied that Lou Gossard Jr. is dead in the film, and so the kid goes in on his own, kicks some ass, gets his father out, and he does take down some F-16, some MiGs planes from the other country, from this foreign country they were in. And of course, he does get rescue his father, which of course the stupid government won't do it. And of course, the kid says, the reason why and of course, they do have the hearing at the end of the film. They says, oh, how come you did all this stuff? Well, because I did something you guys wouldn't do, and that's rescue my father, get him out of there. And so, and of course, originally they did want to file, federal charges on this kid. Same thing for Lou Gossard. And Lou Gossard Jr. says, hey, I got an idea what the punishment for this kid should be. He says, what? Put him in the Air Force. Teach him some respect, teach him the proper way to do stuff, and that'll be his punishment. Because he's trying to get into the Air Force, the kid's getting rejected. So it says, okay, we put him in. Now we reward him. It's like what they do with juvenile courts today in the country. Just give him a pat on the head and allow your pops a good job. Even though you killed somebody, you practically initiated a war here. And said, but we let you in the Air Force. I mean, come on. That's a lame thing. So I can understand why, the movie got a lot of rating for Rotten Tomatoes. But I always felt, when I watched the movie before, I thought it wasn't a bad movie, especially when the kid took charge and said, hey, if my government, and the United States government said I'm going to get my father out, I'm going to get him out. He says, fuck, he says, people are saying, screw you, I'm going to get him out, despite what you're trying to do. And he gets him out, saves the day, and also did get help from other planes from the U.S. Air Force, because they came in and they got the Mayday message from Lou Gossard's character as he was going down, and of course they saved the other kid, and the other planes backed off. Which of course they were like chicken in the end of the movie. I mean, they were just terrific villains, and they backed off when they had like 4 other planes. You're backing this kid up. You're 4 against 2. Or 5 against 2, and they all backed off. But the movie was entertaining for what it is. It's good what it is, and it did have like a little mini franchise with the Iron Eagle films. Because I think they made about 4 or 5 films altogether. I think the character, the kid in this movie, I believe he got killed off in an airplane accident. I think in the beginning of the second movie, I think he did. I don't remember. I do remember seeing the second movie, but that's the only thing I think I remember that the kid was killed off from the first film. But Iron Eagle is what it is, and also in comparison to Top Gun, it also has a very good soundtrack, just like Top Gun has. And the aerial photography was not as good as Top Gun, but like I said, there's a comparison between Iron Eagle and Top Gun because obviously the plots are similar, but in terms of the aerial photography, the dogfighting, they show a little bit of the training that's going on in this film. For the Air Force cadets and people in the Air Force want to keep up their skills with computer simulations. And of course, also the soundtracks, and also the fact that both movies came out exactly the same movie year. So that's why I'm making that comparison with Top Gun. But my favorite movie is not as bad as people say it is. It's still entertaining for what it is. I do recommend let's stick with the original movie. The other movies just kind of formulaic because it went on in the other series. Even though technically I haven't seen like 2 or 3 of the other Iron Eagle films. I just saw like the first 2. So let me review the movie Iron Eagle. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and only here on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com. It's all WDY and that's C.com. Homepage, your Rowdy Reviewer, Christy Moore. And please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.